Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back, of course, to LCR Season 5, round number 11 for the Belgian Grand Prix. My name is LCR Nighthead, alongside me, TOR Smith, and you join us for this beautiful and classic 4.35 mile circuit with 19 turns ahead of the drivers. 10 are to the left and 9 to the right, with two different DRS detection zones with two activation zones, with the super soft and medium tyres being available. We might need intermediates and wets. It's rather overcast out there, but you never quite know. But let's have a look. Just a few minutes ago, we had a, quite frankly, thrilling and gripping first qualifying session of 2019, and this is the order. Max Verstappen, the Dutchman, on pole position. Surprise, surprise. Congratulations to him. He fully deserves that. Alongside him, the reserves at ESR Amazed. In the end of the second row is LCR Leopard, the German two-time world champion. Alongside him, his former championship rival of Boris Box. And then on row 3, you've got KLC Gianni starting from P5, AOR Charlie from P6. Row 4, two soft combat tyre runners of VSR Clonetroop5 and John Shalonica. Row 5 to round up the top 10 is the American of Jesus Avenge and the birthday boy of Wastel. And outside the top 10 we have LK and Fens on row 6, LCR Hayden and Gorse Crab, the reserve, on row 7. Kingdom 25 and VSR Clonetroop5, two championship contenders, are 15th and 16th with their rival up in 3rd. And then finally, on his lonesome on the 8th row, is Flying Finn 866 making his return to LCR today. But the guys are making their way thick and fast on the formation lap. And of course, I did mention, my name's LCR Nighthead, alongside me, TOR Smith. And Smith, what a qualifying session we just had.
Absolutely brilliant qualifying. Some people we probably didn't expect to be up there at the front, especially with Verstappen in the maze, but that lap from Verstappen was absolutely brilliant, near enough half a second quicker than anyone else, absolutely rapid. If he gets a good start, it could be good night Vienna.
It could be, but it most likely won't.
No, as we know, Spa likes to throw up some treats for us, so I think everyone should sit back, relax, go and get a cuppa and enjoy this race, because they're going to be in for an absolute treat.
Indeed, one of the most historic tracks on the calendar, is one of 9 tracks that has been hosted in every single season of LCR's history, from Season 1 right up to now in Season 5. And in actual fact, has only been won 2 times out of 4 on pole, and that's rather good stats for Verstappen. But what isn't a good stat for him is, I'd like to bring you back to the Bahrain Grand Prix when he started on pole position. He led comfortably after about 6 or 7 laps. He then spun and lost the lead and had a shambles of a return to the start of Season 5. And, well, that's probably going to be ticking his mind just a little bit, making sure he gets a perfect start today. Talking about the tyre situation before we get underway, Fens and Hayden both on mediums. Everyone else who was outside the top 10 is on softs. Soft tyres for Drelex and John. But as I mentioned before, we get ready to start 2019 with a bang, with a corker. Smith, any final words?
All I'm going to say is, let's hope everybody makes it up Eau Rouge clean on the first lap. Let's hope for a clean start. I think that's just because I think if we get a clean start, we're in some brilliant racing today.
Indeed, Flying Finn, the final man of 17, as we get ready to kick off 2019 with 17 cars ahead of a 22-lap race. It's Dutchman against Scotsman on the front row. It's Germany against Britain on the second. Who is going to come out on top as we get ready for the first race of 2019 LCR? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, and LCR Season 5 is off in Belgium. It's a fairly start there for TOR Verstappen. Okay start for ESR Amazed, not the best though, potentially. Boris Box all over the defensive KLC Gianni, down towards turn 1. He might defend him on the outside just about. I think Gianni's going to hold on the inside. They're all flying down towards the roof for the first time. It's still Verstappen leads, Amazed second, Leopard 3rd, Boris 4th, Gianni 5th. Is fairly one by one fair enough through Rouge, but now it's about to run out of Rouge down the Camel Straight. Amazed potentially going to look, as you can see Boris looking for a look behind on LCR Leopard as well. That's good news for his teammate as well, because of course he's way down the field, but side by side goes ESR Amazed and TOR Verstappen for the race lead. Down towards Lake Con they come, bit of contact just about, but then Amazed going to put his way down the inside. That's a magnificent move for the race lead on lap number 1. It's just what he needed to let Verstappen sort of be hindered off the start. There's a car from the back, and that was a full scene. That's LCR Hayden and LK. Look at me, they're involved down in P16 and P17. Around the hairpin they come. Gianni against Charlie as well, just about still on the 3rd row. They're still battling away. Wastel the good side up on P10, up into P7 as LK retires from the session. We've already lost 1 on lap number 1. But other than that, Did I miss anything so far on lap number 1, Smith?
No, absolutely breathless start there, but Amaze and Verstappen are still going at it here as we come through sector 2. Leopard just behind. There's not much to play before. Just a quick note, side note, Wastel, brilliant start from 10th up to 7th in this first lap for the two-time pro champion. Having a brilliant start here in LCR World. I'm not quite sure what's happened to Hayden either, but he's dropped well back. The biggest potential winner in the awards. Looks like he's not quite got the look again, so we'll have to see if he can fight back.
Indeed, it's also not been it's a car. Gorse Crab's off. Gorse Crab is off at Blanchimont, and he's out already on lap number 1, the reserve out of LCR, and that's not a good start. We've already lost 2, we're down to 15, but it's also been a fairly up and down start for the current champion of the VSR Clonetroop5. He gained positions off the line, but has then just lost position to Flying Finn. I'm wondering, does he have front wing damage on that car? Because he definitely seems to be struggling with front end grip by the looks of things. He's starting to bring it back a little bit, but it's not been the ideal start for him. It's been a good start, by the way, for his championship rival Codemasters. P11, 1.3 seconds behind. Drizzle just up the road, who's currently, by the way, in a fight with about 4 cars between Charlie, Wastel, John, VSR Dreadx and Drizzle. They're all battling away. As you can see, Charlie and Wastel battling heavily through Laycom, and just about, I think, John will try and take advantage of Wastel being slightly hidden. As you can see in the background, we've got the top 5 all within about a second of one another, and then it's almost like a pack behind. It's like a pack of hounds. It's like watching a bicycle race this. You've got the front lot, and then you've got the back lot who might try and charge up later on in the race so far, but it still remains the reserve VSR Mates who leads, TL Verstappen second, LCR Leopard third, Boris Elbots fourth, so the second and third rows all remain as they are with Gianni and Charlie. But well, so far so good for Leopard, because he's still in the race in third, and also, it's contact Clonetroop's round!
He's taking Hayden with him!
He's got a massive crash, and there's been a huge amount, and Hayden's been caught as well. And it was Flying Finn who sort of caught him, and unbelievably, for what is going to be surely his 4th or 5th DNF of the season, VSR Clonetroop is out to the Belgian Grand Prix. And that's magnificent news for Williams and Renault, because now they've really got a fight on their hands. If Leopard can come home with a race win today, he will take the championship lead by 7 points. If he can't, we'll be on a tiebreaker heading towards Italy. But that is huge for the championship, Smith.
Oh, absolutely massive. I was on board with all that, because going up along the Camel Straight, Fens, they were going 3 wide. It was Fens, Finn and Clonetroop going 3 wide. Fens managed to make up 2 positions and took both of them, and then obviously that brought Hayden into it. I did catch that. On my screen, it didn't look like Finn actually touched him. I think it's obviously, we know what the game mechanics are like. If you get too close to a car, it's very easy to send them into a spin. So
Verstappen on ESR made for the race lead, round the outside down to, I'm sorry for interrupting Smith, but round the outside he goes through Laycom. This is for the race lead, do not forget they are still side by side, and I think Amaze will hold him off just about through towards the hairpin. But that really, because of DRS, that was the best chance he's going to have, because of course now he's going to keep getting it down the Camel Straight, and it's such a good opportunity for overtakes. You come out of the hill at Arouge and you come down the Camel Straight, you've got a classic chance. But my apologies for interrupting there, but yeah, huge for the championship and not ideal at all, but it's good news for Renault and for Williams.
Oh yeah, absolutely brilliant. If Leopard must be absolutely, it's like, he just couldn't go any better for him here. He's in third. He doesn't really need to do anything here. He doesn't need, we know Leopard. As Verstappen's just dropped it.
Oh no, not again.
He's still in, but Leopard is all over him. He lost control of the car there. Just let Maze get away, and now they're going to go side by side with Leopard through Blanchimont, and here comes Boris Letterbox as well. He wants a bit of the action there, 3 wide there. As Leopard gets a 3-second time penalty as he runs wide.
It's not
sticking his nose in,
especially early on.
On Boris, what a move! Oh, yes, Boris side by side as he goes straight here. This is allowing Gianni to fight him this battle as well. Leopard goes ultra defensive.
So now Gianni tries to shift the outside, but Leopard now going to do his best to try and defend against Boris, and suddenly he finds himself attacking and then losing position. Magnificent opportunistic stuff there from Boris. LCR Hayden is out of the session, so we get another poor day for the man that's just been called most improved, most underrated, biggest potential in LCR. That's it, I was trying to remember which one it was, but nevertheless, Gianni is now on the attack against Leopard, down towards They come, side by side they go. We've also got a bit of a sort of slipstream from Boris, but also as the dirty air from Boris. That's not ideal at all. And Gentleman has conceded defeat. Meanwhile, there's a massive birthday battle going in between LR Charlie and Wastel. Here they come towards the hairpin, just about for P6. Will do his best to hold it. Yes, he will. Drelek's now potentially look on the offensive behind as well. And look behind as it stands. You've got Season 5 champion and Season 4 champion, but also Clonetroop's teammate battling with his current champion rival Codemasters 25, but Liam has just done a magnificent move running outside the hairpin to climb someone a P9, and that's what he needs, just to try and climb through the field, while Leopard as it stands is kind of struggling here, because now Janny's having a go at him, Smith.
Oh yeah, Leopard is really struggling here. Don't know whether he was just seriously caught out. I think as
stands off again!
Same place, that was exactly the same place on the previous lap that he went off, and that's allowed Boris through. And he's a sitting duck now. Verstappen is coming up to Blanchon. He looks like he's got problems here. Leopard is all over the back of him.
Yeah, Verstappen's not letting him go easy though. Of course, former championship rivals, really, you could say, back in Season 4, really, but nevertheless, he's going to do his best trying to fend through the bus stop. In actual fact, Leopard is going to dart. That's wise, I think, from Leopard to do the undercut here, especially on them supersofts, because they wear incredibly quickly around him. Meanwhile, behind, you've got Charlie and Wastel still going at it. Drelex and Liam also going at it. These two were championship contenders and championship rivals at one point for what is going to be P7. Long way around for Liam through towards turn 1. Meanwhile, Wastel was pissed to have lost the position out to Charlie. That's a good move from Liam. He's now right behind the battle of Charlie and Wastel. So Liam's also climbed through the field well here. You've got to be said as Wastel drops it, and also Charlie drops it. That's a massive crash for AWR Charlie. He's still in the race, but has got half a front wing. But Liam has just gained 2 positions out of nowhere.
And he's just collected fens. Charlie, they're coming back on track, has just collected fens, and that's fens out. There we go, driving penalty for severe collision, and there you go, see fens in the wall.
Yeah, of course, Liam going to think about a long game, though. He is on the soft, so he's currently 3 seconds in closing in on KRC January. Of course, these Super guys are going to start to struggle a little bit as Charlie gladly lets LCR Leopard go. Fair enough. Meanwhile, John has just passed Wastel. I don't know if Wastel picked up any front wing damage from that bit of sort of a loss he had. I didn't really see any contact with Charlie. It was just sort of a gentle sort of, he went off, then Charlie went off, and it was just sort of like synchronised spinning, really. But Boris and Amaze both in. Both the race leaders have decided to pretty much mirror each other, but let's see what tyres they're going to expect them to go on to mediums, as Liam goes faster at 46.8, which is really what he needs at this moment in time, just to keep setting fast lap, keep his pace going nice and high, so he ultimately tries to get away. But both of them guys are on the mediums. But good stuff so far from both Liam and Leopard.
Now everyone's pit as Janny is still pretty close behind Verstappen here. You would have thought both of these two are going to come in and pit with the medium tyres at the end of this lap.
Oh, Janny! I don't like being on board with him. It's a bit nervy. I'm a bit worried that sometimes our camera's going to get taken out sometimes. But nevertheless, Janny gets away with it. While all this is happening, now Liam is closing up towards him, but I expect him to come in this lap anyway. It's almost like a passing of the seas for Liam. He's going to see Verstappen come in and Janny come in. And he's ultimately going to have what is going to be the race lead to himself, about a second behind him of Dralex. And yes, they do both come in. But now it only means we've got a bit of a dogfight between the Mercedes and the Renault, who are two guys who are battling out heavily for the championship as it stands. But then as the championship went on, Liam found more consistency, and ultimately Dralex didn't. He fell down the order a bit. Currently sits 5th in the championship. For now, I mean, you look at the gap between Liam and Amaze, that is out to 12.1 seconds, and you know it's a fairly short pit lane round here. It's about 16-17, so maybe essentially Liam's around Leopard, and well, to see a Leopard Liam battle on track would be, quite frankly, well, I don't think my vocal cords could manage it for about 10 laps. We could be on for it as it stands, Smith.
Oh yeah, definitely. Leopard's off 17.6 seconds here. You would expect about, I even think even though the pit lane's short, it's still 20 second stop, I would have thought. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 18. So as it stands, they will literally be coming out pretty much side by side, which would leave us with a breathless, like you say, last 10 laps or so. As both the leaders have come in, okay, so they both are not, we were just speaking about could they push those softs and go to supers. They are definitely not doing that. They're both going to head on to the mediums here. So let's keep on board as Amaze is going to go into the race lead here. It's just we want to, as Leopard comes through the bus stop, it's where they come out in comparison to Leopard, which we are waiting for.
Here comes Leopards. Liam just now coming out towards the pit line. And I think Leopard is safely going to come out there. You can see Liam just pop out there. Is he going to come out ahead of Gianni? That's the crucial thing. Yes, he will, just. But maybe with a good run here, Gianni could come back and down towards Eau Rouge. Be careful not to make touch of him. It's very easy to do. His yellow flag around in sector 1 has cleared up whatever it may be. But down towards Lacom they come. And Gianni's got a hell of an opportunity here to overtake King Liam 25 and do LCR Leopard a massive favour. Down towards Lacom they come. Long way around for Gianni. And Liam might have to concede defeat here. Yes, he will. And that is good news for the German, because even though he's on older mediums, there is now a car between himself and his championship rival. Just the sort of thing. And Gianni, with fair play, he's taken advantage of Liam on cold tyres.
Yeah, that's it. He needed to get that move done, really, because obviously, like you said, Liam's tyres aren't going to be up to temperature yet. But I'd say maybe next lap Liam will be, I wouldn't be surprised if Liam back past Gianni.
As John comes into the pits, which now means we will have the official race order as we expect them, because everyone would have done a stop, which means it'll be Amazing leads, Boris second, Till Verstappen third, and LCR Leopard fourth, with Gianni fifth and Liam sixth in the end. But anyway, what I was quickly going to say was, you know, in this lap, whilst there's a car between yourself and your championship rival, Smith, how would you approach it? Would you absolutely gun for it before he gets past, or would you wait until he gets past and then gun it?
I would, if it was me, I would pull the pin now. I'd push, knowing that there's that gap between them. Leopard knows that if he doesn't push now, it's just a matter of time before Liam's right on the back of him. He's got to get it into rich mix, use his ERS. This is the time where it could be crucial. Does he choose to do it, or like you say, might he just wait until he's gone past Gianni? But if I was Leopard, I would push it. But as you can see, they're in the same shot here. It's not going to be long before Liam's passed, and then he's right on the back of Leopard. But maybe if these two start scrapping, that's going to help Leopard a little bit. If these two start fighting each other.
Yeah, one thing that's interesting is Gianni is closing in on Leopard. I mean, the gap's now about 7 times. In actual fact, that's doing Leopard a favour, kind of, because it's giving Gianni DRS. That means Liam has to get the move done in places where there aren't DRS, because they both still have that advantage of the drag reduction system, which only means that, well, no one really has the advantage of the drag reduction system except for Leopard, who's being closed down just a little bit. But down towards Boncharon, it's not really a favoured overtaking position, but maybe a lunge down towards the bus stop chicane. It's not unusual to see it, but we could see it from Liam here. We'll try a momentum dive. Watch him go to the inside. Yes, he will. Liam against the LCR's old flying fin, and I think he'll have the move. He can squeeze him out just about, and I think with Liam having DRS and Gianni having DRS, that might be enough for him to hold the position as well down towards turn 1, as Dralets goes faster by the 45.8. Bit of worrying news for Gianni just behind, but Liam now has his championship rival in front of him, and we are in for a heavyweight fight here, Smith.
Oh yeah, this is what we've all been waiting for, as they go up Eau Rouge for the 12th time. Here we go. Liam has DRS as well on Leopard. He's closing. Is he going to get close enough? I don't think he's quite going to be close enough this lap, but he's looking at his right behind. Ooh, Liam has a little bit of a moment there, coming through the first section of Lacom. And Leopard is starting to lag. I don't know whether you saw that as well.
Good news. Yep, I did see that, because I saw Liam slam on the brakes heading through towards Lacom, and it looked like as if Leopard had sort of like brake checked him or something, and then suddenly he respawned about 50 metres up the road, and you're like, that's happening, is it? But yeah, so fortunately no one gets away with damage, but that does now mean that the three behind, which are of course Liam, Gianni and Dralets. Dralets is now right on the back of Gianni. When they come out, of course he did go fast his last lap, so Dralets could also be an additional factor in this battle, really, Smith, if he gets himself stuck in.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was, before he's had his little mid-season blip, at the start of the season he was top of, I'm pretty sure he was leading the championship, and we know how much pace he's got. So we know he can win races, and he could be like the joker in the pack here, like Gianni, and really stick the cat amongst the pigeons in this title fight. As obviously Liam's getting close to Leopard again, as these four are really close together. There's not really much between them. It's like 1.5 seconds between these three guys.
Yeah, this could be one of Liam's best opportunities. You can get a good run out of a Rouge here, potentially. We've seen it before where you just get a really good run, you get right on the back of them, and then heading down towards Lecom, you've got your best opportunities. You can see that's a good run from Liam. It's an okay run from Gianni, but of course we pick up the DRS, and now he's just to the outside. It's the two championship contenders of Season 5 going side by side down towards Lecom. And it's a relatively easy move for Liam for now as he comes through the Lecom section because, well, just with that DRS, just enough. And now, Leopard is going to be after one that starts to attack, but with 5 lap holder tyres, has he got enough in him? There is still a battle for the lead going on, I should mention. Boris is about 1.5 seconds behind. He has been bringing that gap down as of late to VSR Amaze, and feels like they're also closing in as well. Well, this battle just behind, potentially, if Liam can get out of that DRS, and we've seen the pace he's got on them fresher mediums, he could close up for the battle for the lead and, pick them off one by one. So don't discount any of this battle behind as just going to be a battle for fourth. It's really a battle to get yourself further up towards the podium positions.
Oh yeah, look, you'd say even Dralix has a chance here. There's only 7 seconds covering the top 7. It's really, really tight. They're all on the Kemmel straight right now. As Mates comes through, just coming through their com for the first time, and he's managing to maintain that gap. Boris got it down, but then it's kind of just sticking at 1.4, 1.5 seconds. He's just keeping him at arm's reach out of DRS, and really well, the reserve of VSR Amaze is maintaining that gap and controlling this race really, really well at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see if Boris can get any closer.
No, he certainly has done in this second sector at least. He's now got it down to 1.2 seconds. It's almost going to get him towards under a second. If you can get it under a second, especially on a track like Spa, and you get that DRS, it's very difficult to shake, just like tracks like Britain. There's Austria, there's so many tracks out there which once you get within that second, it's very difficult for someone to shake it back out. As you can see, he's now under a second, and if he can keep this, he's in a very good prime seat to have a bit of a go at VSR Amaze there. So don't discount Boris to grab his third victory, but one thing we haven't really talked about, Smith, penalty-wise. Should we have a look?
Yeah, let's have a take. I was just on a note of that. I feel like Maze must have had an issue somewhere to lose 7/10 in a lap. That's a lot of time. To say it was 1.5 at the start of last night, it's now 0.7. I think Maze we might have missed it. I definitely did. If Maze might have had a little later, because obviously Boris is quick, but Maze was maintaining that gap a lot. He must have lost a lot of time somewhere in the middle sector there. Because if I'm going to stay on board here before we check penalties, I think Boris is going to have DRS here, and I think it's just a matter of time before he gets past the Maze here on the Kemmel Straight.
Yeah, here he comes down towards Lecom. He goes to the outside line, and I think he'll have the move. No, he won't. Amaze swoops back down the inside, and that's actually a very good defence there from Amaze. Just plugged that a little bit later and sort of cut off his line, but did it all in regulation, so fair enough. Also, right behind, Dralex has also just passed Gianni for P6. So Dralex now can potentially, he's lost about 1.5 seconds because of all the scrapping with Gianni, and is now in a prime seat to really take the fight to Leopard. And of course, he's got half a sort of tyre length, life if you will, younger than LCR Leopard. So he's in a very good position here. And look who's right behind him, P3. As Liam gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, ran wide through Puon there. I was just going to say, I think Liam is actually helping Leopard here. Leopard's managed to keep within a second. He doesn't have to get past him, but Liam's obviously got the pace, and he's starting to catch Verstappen here. It's the top 3. There's a second over the top 3 here. Just stay on board here. But Liam's going to start pulling Leopard along towards these top 3. To go on board Boris again. He's going to make the move up the inside A2 into the bus stop. No, he decides against it. Just sticks behind here.
Oof.
Oh, that
is clinical.
Ouch.
A 5-second stop go for it. See, that is harsh. That is very. I'm sure they'll be investigating about the stewards after that one, but as it stands, Boris will have 10 seconds added onto his race, providing he doesn't have another stop to go, which it doesn't look likely. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, now he's really got to go for it. He's got to get past the Maze and then get a whopping 10 seconds. But I don't think the guy's going to let us talk about penalties, because I don't think we'll have a chance. But Wakestall's in the pits behind as well. The birthday boy coming for his second stop. Probably a bit of birthday cake as he comes in as well. But Verstappen now closes up towards Lecom. He goes to the outside against Boris. Then what's for P2 this is for, do not forget. No, again, good defence by Boris. They're doing well to defend those positions for now. Leopard a little bit, rather a bit close there to Liam behind as well. I don't know if you can see that, but I just quickly managed to get a peek at that one, and well, now he's closing in, but we're still waiting for that one more retirement, so we have enough for everyone to score points. But I don't really want that in a minute, because we've got pretty much, like you mentioned, the top 7 separated by about 7 seconds, which is remarkably close. Oh, Boris down towards the bus stop. He goes to the inside against DSR and Mays. This might be his chance. Not quite just yet, but then surely we'll try and hold it and then potentially get the DRS now and try it down towards turn 1. It's going to close, but I think, again, it'll be down towards the origin. You can see all the way down to 7th place in the same shot there you could through turn 1. That is unbelievable, as the top 6 all stuck in a massive Subway-esque sandwich, which is filled with a Red Bull outside. Down through Eau Rouge they come, up towards Lecom, and this could be Boris's chance, but also Verstappen's chance, because he's had a very good exit down towards Lecom. Boris going to close up on a May, still surely from the outside. Verstappen also does, he then goes to the middle left, free wide, down towards Lecom.
Oh,
and May has made contact with Boris. Boris skips across the chicane. Incredible stuff from him, but then Boris has the race lead. And Mays then goes to the inside, down towards the hairpin. They're free wide again. Boris sends them back, and there must be legal overtake. But then Verstappen trying to get around the outside of VSR Mays through towards the corner. He's then squeezed out. Boris then gains vision. Liam's now on the back as well. There's 2 Renaults right up together. Verstappen's now stuck in a very tightly squeezed sandwich. But that really was a ding on the door, and we've got only 5 laps to go, and it's amazing. Boris, Verstappen, Liam, all within a second, and the Leopard is just 7 tenths behind as well. You can't discount anyone yet. This is going to be a thrilling last few laps, Smith.
Oh, holy Moses, what a battle there. Like we said, those 3 at the front, they started squabbling. It's let Liam back in, and he is all over the Verstappen. He must be sniffing a victory right now. He can literally, if he's got the freshest tyres, these 3 keep battling as Boris is going at it again with Amazed. 3 wide again.
Verstappen trying to get involved again. Through towards the bus stop.
What a move round the outside.
Boris has the race lead, and Liam sneaks into P3. Look at that, there's Trailx on the back of it. That's the top 6. Oh, we're all within a second of one another with 5 laps to go. Meanwhile, behind that was Leopard down the inside against T1 Verstappen. He gets him in it. He is in the wall. You couldn't quite believe it. Leopard has hit the wall following the mistake. Gianni goes past. That is amazing news for King Liam 25, because now all he has to do is try and claim the race victory. Boris has then to make contact. The Mace in the wall. He's now in the wall. Amazed is now crashed, and all of a sudden it is a Renault 1-2 here in Belgium, and we're on for yet another 43 points for the French-based team. But are we? Because Boris had 10 seconds to serve, but Boris and Liam absolutely detest one another. With 5 laps to go, it's Boris, Liam, Verstappen, Trailx, Gianni. Incredible.
Oh, you couldn't write this, could you? You couldn't write this. What a race. Just when we think things might settle down, there's something else just pops up. Obviously, we saw Leopard try and make that move into turn 1, and he tried to get on the power a little bit too early. He's on the pad, remember. It's harder to control. He lost it. He had got a snap of oversteer, lost it, and then we had Mays go onto the grass and absolutely drop it when he was trying to get past Boris. So this race is the race that keeps on giving. You thought Christmas was over, but it is still here. This race is just giving us gift after gift. What a race.
Welcome to 2019, LCR fans. We're in for one hell of a 6-round knockout. We've got just about 4 laps to go. We saw Verstappen lose a little bit on the rear end there, down towards turn 1, but Trailx is in a position to try and claim the podiums. Liam goes fast for a 45.5 and is all over the back of his teammate. Now, I've said it numerous times, Boris and Liam do not get on. They are not teammates, as Apex said at Silverstone. They are 2 guys who are employed by the same company. That is it. But down towards Lecom, they're about to put loyalties to the test as Liam goes the long way round. Down towards Lecom, they are side by side. Will Boris try again to dart it down the inside? No, he will not. And has to slot in behind, and that is surely the race lead for Liam. And that is surely going to be all about just trying to maintain the gap behind to try and reduce the deficit that will get due to penalties. It's not good news at all for Boris Lederbox, because he's got 10 seconds to serve, and his teammate now leads the Grand Prix and will surely walk out of today with the championship lead. I don't think anyone expected to say that today. Now John is closing up towards Leopard, who of course has been a bit quiet last couple laps. Of course, Leopard has front wing damage anyway, but up towards the leaders. Sorry, Boris and Liam are about to go side by side again down towards the bus stop. It may not be all over just yet, but Liam backs off. That's surprising from Liam, but down towards turn 1. Will he have DRS? That's probably why he tried it, to have the DRS advantage down towards turn 1. Neither of them DRS, as you can see. So maybe there's a fault in the DRS for one of their systems, but the one thing to mention now is Verstappen and Dralex are now closing back up, as meanwhile they're still scrapping between John and Leopard. I think Leopard will hold that position just about to, of course, Team LCR lads, but up the hill climb they come towards Eau Rouge, down towards Les Com, and now Liam's got a chance to reclaim the race lead. Here they go, long way around again for King. Will Boris try and hold and learn from his mistakes? Again he sorts him out. Will he try a dive bomb potentially? Down towards Les Com, no. Again, thinks better of it, so maybe there is sort of patches being made, maybe there is slow relationship being made at Renault now, because they seem to have respect for one another on track, which we haven't seen all season long, Smith.
No, that was maybe Liam. This is my only thought, is that maybe Liam knows that Boris has got that 5-second penalty, and he knows he doesn't have to fight him as hard, doesn't need to get involved with all these scrapping battles, maybe lose his wing, maybe get crashed out. We've seen already today, if you get too close, you could lose it. So maybe Liam's thinking the long game here in the championship. All he needs to do is cross that line, keep a little bit, keep within those 5, maybe 10 seconds like you say, and he's got the race win.
But Boris is now closing again up towards Liam, down towards the bus stop. He goes again to the outside, and again Liam lets him go. And it's just smart thinking from Liam here, because he's just constantly thinking, well, I'll get the DRS because of how powerful it's been. But Boris has the DRS down towards turn 1, and is that going to be enough to hold the position? Meanwhile, behind, as you can see as well, Dralex still continuing to try and hinder the back of Verstappen. He wants that final podium position. He wants them 15 points. Verstappen has not had the luck this season and really not had the chance of points, but he's most certainly got it today after qualifying on pole position. Now in P3, that might be having to make do with what he's got. But up through the hill, they come towards the Rouge. Bit of a snap there from Dralex, but meanwhile, side by side goes the two Renaults again, down towards Les Com, and again Boris slots in behind. Will he try a dive bomb again? Liam goes slowly to the inside, back to the outside line, and again Boris can't get the move done because he keeps falling for the same tricks. Meanwhile, Dralex is trying his best through Les Com, and he has the P3. That is good stuff from the Canadian, and the Dutchman concedes and loses on the penultimate lap. Is he going to have a chance to come back though? Maybe, potentially, but one of the last couple of laps we focused on the Renaults, but the Mercedes and the Sauber are still having a right go at one another behind.
Yeah, brilliant battle here. And obviously some of these boys might not know it, but obviously Boris is going to drop here with his penalty, which I think, like we've mentioned, is a bit unfair. He might get that removed, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But I actually, talking of penalties, I have actually, while you were commentating on the battle between Liam and Boris, I did have a quick sneak peek of the penalties, and Liam's got one, Dralex has got one, Verstappen's got one, Leopard's got one, and John's got one. So they've all got a penalty.
Okay, meanwhile, Boris has just got past as Gianni's out, but Boris has just got past Liam again. Not even before, well, side by side through Blanchimont, my apologies, but we're on to the final lap. And well, this could determine if Liam battles him and gets a penalty, that's surely going to be him stricken off the podium, because he'll come P3 and he will come over the podium, but only come on 15 points and not 25. But we're on to the last lap of racing. We've got about 4.6 miles left to go of what has been a, quite frankly, unbelievable, unspeakable, dreamable Belgian Grand Prix in LCR, but they can't towards the hill climb, and already Liam's going to pop round the outside down towards Les Com. They come, and this is really only buying time. As meanwhile behind us, we see Verstappen also going for a move on the outside, and VSR Dralex down towards Les Com, and he has the move done back, and this of course is for the battle for P2. Do not forget, not going to be P3 because of Boris's 10-second stop go, which means it will not be a Renault 1-2 as things stand, but it will almost certainly be a battle between Verstappen and Dralex for that final podium position. And again, Dralex going to go back down the inside for the hairpin, down towards the corner with no name. He can't quite do anything, again, late breaks late, but Boris gets a 3-second time penalty. I think that isn't going to matter too much for him because John has one anyway, but down towards these final couple of corners, and Dralex is doing his best to try and get that P2. He couldn't quite do it for now, but surely with just a few corners to go, Liam will take the checkered flag in a mad Belgian Grand Prix, Smith.
Oh, absolutely breathless. This is my first commentary of this LCR World season, and wow, what a race. I just can't believe what I've seen. We've seen some unbelievable racing, some from the top guys, side-by-side racing, 3 wide at times, at points, and then we've seen some absolutely huge crashes as well. This race, if some people have missed it, is well worth watching back.
We've got a photo finish potentially. We're still not done, but anyway, up to the line comes King Liam 25, and it is thank you to Renault as King Liam 25 takes victory. Verstappen in the end P2, Dralex P3. I thought there'd be a last lap move, that's why I interrupted. My apologies for that. Heading towards the bus stop chicane, I thought maybe potentially there was going to be a pop. Not quite though. The Canadian has to sell 15 points. John finally gets some decent points on the board. It's 10 points for him and Ferrari. It's only P6 for Leopard, but that is that. That was a quite frankly enthralling and gripping Belgian Grand Prix. There he is, King Liam 25, the man who said the qualifying ban today has unbelievably taken 25 points. I don't think no one could have quite anticipated what they've just seen. Theo Verstappen finally gets a decent haul of points on the board with the Dutchman looking at 18 points, and well, Dralex back up there as well. That's the first podium, that's his second podium on the bounce, and what is set to be still another opportunity for a race win, and still yet to have one. That is going to conclude that. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the same place, same time next week for the Italian Grand Prix. Thank you guys, and goodbye.